Welcome to Tech Tuesday. My name is Abbie Richie. I'm the CEO and founder of Senior Savvy, and you can find me right here talking with people who are engaged in age tech innovation. I got to tell you, this is such a wonderful, fascinating, innovative place to be, and I couldn't ask for anything more. And before I bring my panel on, I want to go ahead and run our intro. Welcome back to Tech Tuesday. I want to bring my panel on and introduce them one at a time. First, I'm so thrilled to have Carrie Alberts on. Carrie is known as the Dementia Darling. We met just last month at CES, and I was thrilled, total fangirl of Carrie's. Carrie is an Instagram influencer. So if you haven't seen her on Instagram, you got to go. Welcome to Tech Tuesday, Carrie. I'm so thankful that you're here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here and to talk about some really important topics. And again, it was so awesome to meet you at CES. We had a blast.
We did. Good. And Carrie, could you please tell our audience what is Dementia Darling and what you do, please?
Yeah, thank you. I started a community on social media called Dementia Darling. I'm coolest on Instagram, so I like to lead with that. But I started it 4 years ago to have a place where dementia family caregivers specifically, but all caregivers and anyone who wants to learn about dementia can find a place that's a safe place to find resources, community, and support.
Excellent. Thank you. And next up, I want to invite Alban Maino, please. Alban, welcome to Tech Tuesday. We've been colleagues for a while now, and I'm thrilled that you're here today to talk about Memory Lane TV. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do?
Thank you very much, Abbie, for having me today. Yes, my name is Alban. I'm a Franco-American film producer, and for the past 10 years, I can't believe it's been 10 years already, but my main focus has been to launch a streaming platform, a personalized streaming platform for people living with dementia and Alzheimer's disease. When I have only a second like this to present it, I'm like, it's the Netflix of dementia. It works just like Netflix, but it's much more than that. It's a behavioral tool. But I guess we'll have a minute to talk about that. Thank you for having me, Abbie.
You are so welcome. And next, I'd like to invite Ali Aslan on to talk about his solution as well. Ali?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. So I'm Dr. Ali Aslan. I have a PhD in neuroscience from Dartmouth College, and I completed my postdoctoral fellowship at UCLA working on an implantable memory device. And I've taken what I've learned from my experience in academia to improve seniors' lives through some of the most effective methods available in memory support. And to that end, my wife, Carolyn, and I founded MemoryCo in 2015 to leverage these techniques in a fun and engaging way in the service of seniors. I'm excited to be here today.
I love it. Go Bruins, right?
Yes, all the way.
And then I also have Jim Manus. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. I am a retired old bird. I retired in 2012, and I've always been an idea guy, so I'm kind of an entrepreneur in retirement. And the worst thing that can happen to an entrepreneur is have one of them work, one of the ideas, and then it becomes an addiction. But how I guess I'm involved here is I am a sample of one as far as it short-term memory lapse as you enter the late 60s and 70s. I suffered from the problem, but the way I work is I try to solve the problem. And I came up with an idea of a product, just a little recorder, and realizing that there's only 50 million recorders out there, my purpose was to find a 1-second capture of any thought or idea as you progress through the day, and without distracting you and with minimum body.
And what is that called?
It's called short-term memory aid.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So we're all in the right place. We're talking about dementia tech. We're talking about technology that's helping older adults regain focus and also be more comfortable at home, right? And so I want to talk to you now about how things have advanced in the past 3 or 4 years. Carrie, with your experience, what changes have you noticed?
I've thankfully noticed people are starting to cater to the dementia population, which has been such a amazing and heartwarming thing to witness. Being in this field, I'm a newbie compared to many people, been in it, but though 11 years, and seeing how it has just progressed, and how finally products are being catered to people living with dementia and helping them live quality lives, and to just help their everyday lives, and to provide autonomy. And so seeing that shift, and seeing the focus happening, and seeing it growing every day, like being at CES, was just like, thank goodness people are listening.
Yeah.
So that is exciting to me.
Very good, very good. And Ali, how about you? How have you noticed that things have advanced or changed in the past 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Carrie. She made a great point how the investment and attention has greatly increased in the past 5 years, and it's very exciting to be a part of this. I feel like we're in the beginning of something really exciting coming up. And specifically for our domain, cloud computing has allowed software like ours to easily customize content to each individual user. That was a big challenge just 5 years ago. Like the amount of tools that are available today make it so much easier to store and deliver personalized content like images, videos, to really help with people's day-to-day lives. And like the rate of progress, I think really, really exciting. And I think I can't wait to see more ways other people are leveraging this to help seniors on a daily basis. Great.
Yeah, I think, one of the silver linings of COVID was that it really brought to the forefront what some of the needs are that have been ignored for so long. And a lot of us, whether we are working with older adults or we have older adults in our lives, started to see those issues appear. And so I wanted to talk now, I want to ask you, Abba, did I say your name right? Yeah, Abba. I wanted to ask you, what are the most significant gaps in implementing some of this new technology? Where do you see that?
That's a wonderful question. Envisioning the future and trying to think ahead of what can we do with technology. And I relate to what Ali was just saying. I mean, the cloud computing, when we started in COVID, none of that. So it's very existed. So it's fairly recent. But with memory lane TV, we try to evolve to create something that has become something indispensable, we say in French, an indispensable companion, which seamlessly integrates with daily life, adapting to changing needs, and at the same time promoting holistic well-being amongst that aging population. So in our case, with dementia and Alzheimer's, it's very challenging conditions. So personalizing the content can really help, and AI is just the birth of AI that hopefully will help that simplification and personalization to the text. So I would say AI to help personalizing, engaging, and also facilitating the access to the tech itself, because we still have remotes, we still have credentials, we still have ways, and it still is complicated for a lot of us even to access the technology. Personalization and access to the technology, I think, is the main gaps that we're all talking about it, but they're not quite there yet.
Yeah. Little by little, right? Little by little. I want to ask you now, what do you wish was invented? So, Jim, in regards to your solution and any gaps that you're experiencing, what do you wish was invented in this area?
Well, let's say one. And my approach was simpler and quicker is better. And so I look around me and I see all this technology. I'm continuously wowed by what's going on. I guess I really can't say other than continue to progress. But question I have is, as more technology kicks in for patients and seniors, whatever, who have these issues, is that detrimental to their ability to continue to maintain their cognitive quality, or if that makes any sense? But I guess the answer to your question is I don't have a specific other than I'm in an arena where I'm trying to keep it simple And the other thing is, if you look at the population of baby boomers, for instance, when I first looked, it was 73 million. If you take half of those, maybe half of those aren't that tech savvy. So there's a need on behalf of the people who really get maybe confused if they have an iPhone, maybe they just use it for telephone only. And there's a way to help those people also.
Yeah, last week I had Ken Honeycutt from Samsung commercialization on, and we talked about the gap that exists in the user interface, in user instructions, because so many of these devices are just handed to older adults without any explanation. There's no manual, and an older adult is a traditional learner. They want to learn the basic foundations so that they feel comfortable and confident to continue building on that. And that, to me, is a huge gap.
Yeah, and I see that, and that, like I said, I'm dabbling in the lower market, you might say, where you can make it quick and simple and easy. They don't have to grab a phone. They've got 1 second, bam.
Yeah, I will tell you, quick and simple and easy, those 3 words typically don't go along with technology. And when people say, oh, it's simple, it's just plug and play, that sends off alarms in my head right away, because I know what it's like to explain it to someone who's 80 or 90 years old. And plug and play is typically not their user experience. Yeah, you see that too? As I see a lot of you shaking your heads and kind of smiling, because you know that those gaps occur, and it's a big, big oversight. So I want to ask you, in regards to your particular solution, and I know we have some slides also to share, so I want to give you the time to do that. But I want to ask you, in regards to your own solution, where do you envision it coming and going and growing in the upcoming year? So Carrie, would you address that first, please?
So I personally, I work with a lot of different types of technologies, but I did want to just say one thing, sorry, to the gap. Speaking to that is, there's such a gap in not, when we're creating technology and creating innovation, not actually working with the people, the end user. And that's who we're focusing on. That's who you need to be studying. That's who you need to be catering to. So, when you're developing for caregivers to help them who's caring for someone with dementia, you need to be utilizing caregivers, all different types of caregivers within the dementia community, to help make their lives easier. So we just need to remember that that's such a gap that is seen. But with technology, I want to see more personally, like in the safety realm and engagement realm, and keeping people's quality of life up in every way possible. And that's why I love working for Ugeria, which, you can reach out to me. I'll put that out later so you can learn more, but we're all about finding the most dignified and efficient innovations to better the quality of life for the dementia community. And so I see that growing and just building in ways to make it even better and more personalized every step of the way for them. So we're always working with caregivers and people living with dementia so we can grow and adapt to meet their needs. So I just see all of this tech adapting as we learn more and become more educated.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to piggyback on something you said about having caregivers try your device, try your solution before you go to market. It's so vital. I can't tell you how many new technologies and companies I've spoken to, and they've said, for instance, that they've never been inside a senior living community, or they've never spent time. Yeah, I know, over and over and over again. And they might use the wrong terminology and whatever, but they don't know who they're developing this for. And so I cannot impress upon that enough. So let me ask the same question to Alban and for Memory Lane, please. So if you can tell us, how do you envision your solution coming and evolving in the upcoming years? And if you have any slides or graphics you want to show just to give us more information, please go ahead.
Thank you. I think I have a couple of slides that could illustrate. To me, it's very directly linked to my dream invention. I've seen over the past 10 years, we're in about 120 communities, and we've actually developed Memory Lane TV from the ground up for almost 10 years now with about 1,000 users. So our technology has evolved, just like you were saying, Abbie. We really witnessed what were the need and trying to answer and problem solve those needs. And to me, the dream invention that you were referring to before would be something seamlessly integrating, user-friendly platform that would help the caregiver, combining health monitoring, social connectivity, personalized assistance, and also that would have an element throughout the day, especially in our fields of dementia and Alzheimer's, that would address some of the needs of the caregivers and of the people living, that would follow the rhythm, the needs of the day, appetite incentivization, or lowering some elements during the day where we need to be more engaging or managing sundowning syndrome. And in the upcoming years, I think the only way to scale this, because we're talking just in the US, about 6 million people, and it's exponentially growing. So there's no way to do all this unless we have that element of tech that simplifies everything. And I agree with the comment that was made, low tech, but more tech would be for me less tech.
I want to go back to the slide for just a minute, because I love seeing this, and this is so easily understood when you're looking at next to Netflix, what we already know, and how it's broken up into these different categories. So I love that you can navigate by the time of day or the level of engagement. You can navigate by nature or by topic or some reminiscence, and even a well support series. Like I absolutely love that helps a caregiver quickly identify what's going to help in the moment.
And not only that, Abbie, but you were talking about senior living communities. We realized that they didn't have time actually to search and look for it. So we created a 24/7 linear channel that follows the circadian rhythm of the day. What you're seeing here is all 10 years of research that are behind what we've been doing, using a person-centered approach, using circadian rhythm, creating, and you're only seeing very small amount of the libraries that we have, because we even have, for example, a caregiver channel where, from Teepa Snow to Naomi Fail and UCLA, we have some friends from UCLA here, have been contributing to help the caregiver, just providing information. How do I deal with this? How, and we know that television and screens are anxiety producing. So that solution was really important for us to really come up with something that would be very personalized and feel good, and using technology in a simple way. I'm a filmmaker, so the cinematic perception of multisensory stimulation is very important. I know we all love that, and it's important for people who are in a stage where they can't appreciate it to make their life better.
Okay, I want to move on now to Ali. Ali, can you tell us where you envision your solution growing in the next couple of years? And you have a video as well, or some slides you can share with us?
Yeah, I have a couple of slides, if you don't mind pulling them up. So actually, while that's happening, I'd like to actually give kudos to Carrie, how she mentioned, a lot of people start in this domain thinking, hey, I'll just make this amazing solution. Everybody's going to love it. It's going to help everyone, save the world. But it's really a collaborative effort, because there's a lot of things that are unique to senior living specifically that really needs to be taken into account. So I see our role as Memory Co as a part of, we work with activity directors back and forth, we get feedback from them, we see what their needs are and try to build our platform in that manner. And so what you're seeing on the slide is essentially what's unique about Memory Co. So we have a platform with games and activities specifically designed for senior living. And what makes it unique is actually the possibility of incorporating personalized content into the games themselves. So you see a couple examples of games. So the one on the left is a personalized card matching game. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the memory game or card matching game. And the twist of this game, the memory twist of this game, is actually being able to upload images of people seniors actually know. It could be activity directors, it could be staff, it could be family members, it could be fellow residents. So playing these memory games and incorporating personalized content is intended to activate the brain a little more than just looking at, apple matching to apple, pairs matching to pairs. Right. So it's all based on
the memory, and it creates, there's more involved in that than just a stagnant photo.
Right. So this is the personalization aspect that I was actually alluding to earlier. So we're living a time where personalization is very possible at every turn. And why not take advantage of that and make it fun so there's more engagement? And the example in the middle is kind of hard to read, but it's basically, you might recognize the game format, except you can actually upload questions from your own life. One of them could be about family, one of them could be about interests. So we're just looking for new ways of engaging seniors in a way that not only helps their cognitive health, but also helps their engagement through personalization.
And this looks like it's available on your computer, on your TV,
Yes,
on
yes,
pretty much any screen, right?
yes. It's available everywhere. It's a web app. It works on from phones to large community TVs, and it's intended to be used both as a group and as individuals. So it's something that is really very flexible. And as you guys were talking about, the ease of use, accessibility, that's something that we take very, very seriously. That's first and foremost. Whenever we build everything in house, and everything we build, the first thing is this easy to use. If I were a senior and this is the first time I've ever seen something like this, can I use this and benefit from this easily? And that's something that seems to be kind of, people are really enticed with the newest thing or the coolest looking this and that, but we focus very much on accessibility and ease of use first.
Yep. Yeah. People fall in love with their technology too much sometimes, and it will separate them from getting the solution in place. So I've seen it happen before. Yeah. So, and I wanted to ask you too, where do you see this going in the future, Ali?
Yeah, well, we're keenly focused on the senior living space right now because that's where most seniors are. The highest density of seniors are in senior living communities right now. And we're looking to expand in that space as well in the coming years. But another way we're looking into the delivering benefit to seniors actually through speech language pathologists or home care professionals to add more of a one-on-one benefits in this memory training / engagement approach that we have through personalization. So that's what we're looking forward to in the near future.
Awesome. I'd love to see that. Thank you so much. And Jim, how about you? Where do you see your technology evolving in the next couple of years?
Okay, I'm a different animal, obviously. Again,
I'm glad you're a different animal. It's good to have the whole zoo welcomed here today. So represented.
I look at my product and its opportunity, and again, I'm back to the not advancement of technology, but dealing with people who are less technologically able. And as far as advancement of the product, I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. We're in the first generation, and once we get to a point, we can make some tweaks physically to it. But we're addressing again short-term memory issues with primarily seniors. Not to say that a creative person couldn't capture an idea or a thought as they go through the day. I've not to go off book here, but that's kind of it. And quite honestly, I'm a retiree. I've been retired 12, 13 years. I'm not trying to create a new industry. I had a need, I solved it, and people say you should go with that because other people could use it. So that's the honest answer to that is, I guess as the seniors get older and older, the technologies are going to bypass my product. But if that makes sense. But I think it's quite effective. I've used it since I invented it. I use it every day, and a lot of other people are using it too. So that's
Excellent.
kind of a simpler answer.
Thank you. Thank you. With just a couple of minutes left, I want to make sure that for my panelists that you've been able to share anything that you wanted to with our audience. So Carrie, if you would please share some final words, some things that people can be looking out for, and anything else that we may have missed, please.
Yeah, just, as kind of like a PSA for anyone, working with caregivers or working with anyone living with dementia or any cognitive, difficulties, to always be looking at the person who they are at the core, and always remember that everyone is different along their journey, and to cater to that person-centered approach. And I just want to always encourage anyone that is, again, working in these spaces, especially in senior living and home care, to be creative, get outside of your comfort zone with technology and with using new things. We can't keep doing what we're doing. We can't. We got to grow. We got to get out of our shells. We got to figure it out because people deserve better. Yes. And there's actually technology out there to provide that and to help us in doing better things for our people. And I think a lot of people are stuck in their ways and are thinking there's no way we can afford these things. We can't do this. Well, I invite you to get creative, and I invite you to see how you can, advocate for your people so they get these new technologies, because it's going to keep growing and it's going to keep making life easier for you and them. So please be curious and look into these things. I highly recommend them. I share a bunch of resources on Dementia Darling, and please check out Ugeria. I will, we share a ton on there, different products at different pricing to help support you and make life easier on the dementia journey. So thank you everyone for all the work you do. I know it's really difficult.
Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie is a rock star, guys. Make sure you check her out on Instagram as well. And Alban, can you please tell us, is there anything left that you want to share with the audience now?
No, I'll just briefly echo what was just said. We need as many tools as we can get, and really knowing the person that you care for is the most important thing. So go to watchmemorylane.com. See what you can find there. There's a freemium. There's a way to access that for free. There's a lot of resources for care partners and caregivers who are the primary target of what we do, and give us some feedback. Let's continue to work together to transform that field. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. I'm so glad to see your company growing. And Ali, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience about your technology, as well as how people can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. We also have a free trial. We're at memorycode.org, memoryco.org, /free trial. And everybody's welcome to come check us out, see what we're about. And our goal is basically to translate what's in academia, in industry research, to daily living. So it's all about translation. You guys mentioned like having the new inventions, the new hero products, but I think we have a lot in the pipeline and already available that just needs to be translated to the day-to-day life to make it more user-friendly, more accessible, more inexpensive. So that's what we're about. And you guys are welcome to check us out at memorycode.org.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. One of my favorite sayings is KISS, keep it simple, senior. Yes. Keep it simple. So I never say the other S word, because the people that we work with they're not stupid. They're bright, they're intelligent, they're accomplished, and we just have to explain it in a variety of ways so that it meets them where they're at. And finally, Jim, thank you. Finally, Jim, anything you'd like to share with us?
Well, I have a website, a self-made website. It's www.shorttermmemoryaid, spell it out, just like .com. And I've created a video, which I passed along to you guys. I didn't know if I'd have to show that. It's about 2 minutes. But if you know of someone who has short-term memory issues, like me, and I always say I can't remember squat, I'll be on the grocery store, I'll think of something on the way. When I get there, I can't remember it. That sort of thing. So this product is geared towards that, and it's helped me a great deal. Again, it's shorttermmemoryaid.com.
Okay, so that was shorttermmemoryaid.com. Okay, super. Well, you guys, it's been such a pleasure to have you on, and thank you so much for bringing your wisdom and your technology and your innovation and your passion to Tech Tuesday. I know many people will be touched and moved and grown by this, and which is phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you again. And for those folks in our audience, thank you for participating. And we will see you back here next week.